Hi, my name is Teal, and I'm your host for the Sweatnet Be Amazing podcast, where we share stories of amazing women who live in our communities. My hope is that you will feel encouraged and inspired after listening to each episode. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Be Amazing podcast. I am your host, Teal, and I am excited today because we have Cheyenne and Dee, which AKA Sweatnet Augusta. Ladies, welcome.
Woo-woo. Thank you so much.
This is so cool. Like when Grace connected us, I was like, what? Like, this is amazing. So I definitely wanted to have you guys on because I wanted to like share who you are. And like, this is just launching. So this is like really cool to see Sweatnet in another city. And I know we talked a little bit a couple weeks ago, but I'm just stoked to have you both here and share a little bit about who you are. So Dee, let's start with you. Who are you?
Yeah, so my name is Dee. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's actually where Cheyenne and I met, doing sales of all things. And anyone who's in sales knows that it is not for the faint of heart, but somehow we made it through and we became, very good at, we just noticed that we worked so well together. So when, Cheyenne approached me about, this potential opportunity for Sweatnet, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm sold. um, More things about me. I have a baby. He just recently turned 1. So, and that was also part of the motivation for me, I guess, was because I know it can be challenging to kind of like get back into the rhythm of things and be keep on track of your fitness when you're a mom and or a new mom. And so I just thought, this is I have run out of excuses at this point. Now I'm going to be doing this fitness franchise. I have to put my money where my mouth is. And so I've been doing a lot of work with Ashley in Pittsburgh for Sweatnet. So I've been doing a lot of events with her.
That's awesome. I did not even realize that connection. That's so cool.
Yeah, I think that's actually Cheyenne and Ashley. That's how they met, and that's how maybe Cheyenne learned about Sweatnet.
Yep, that
Got
is.
it. Okay, so Cheyenne, your turn. Give us the 411 on you.
So, yeah, I am originally from the Augusta area. I knew that I wanted to move away when I graduated from college. My fiance was from Pittsburgh, so I was like, heck yeah, let's go, big city. I quickly learned that Pittsburgh is not the big city that I thought it was. And
We're
then a
really a
really,
large town that's masquerading as the city. But we
yeah,
have a lot, but the one thing I like about Pittsburgh is there's a lot of like community, and I think that's why
yes,
Sweatnet really works in Pittsburgh.
yes. I had a hard time making friends, and I had finally started this job. I'll never forget the first day I met Dee. I was like, "Wait, I think we might end up being friends. Do you want to be my buddy?" And yeah, our job was insane. So, I mean, honestly, it was be friends or hate each other because we had to spend 8 hours in the car with each other all the time, doing some of the most like difficult social interactions ever. Um, but yeah, we hit it off really quick, and I don't think we looked back from there. We realized like, wow, we know how to make things work with each other. And we helped each other through like different leadership experiences, closing deals, anything like that, you name it. But we both ended up leaving that job and we kind of took separate paths. I ended up getting into fitness, which is a very weird transition from like a heavy sales job. Um, but actually the gym that I went to was going to close. They assumed they were gonna close down. They had another location that wasn't doing so well, and I told them, "Give me 90 days, and, like, we're gonna turn this thing around." It ended up being super fun. Like, the first year of being at the second location, we had 90% membership growth, and I just realized, like, I I didn't hate sales like I thought I did from my previous job. I just didn't know how to use it to create community, and once I got to experience sales in a way that was like beneficial to the masses, I realized like, okay, I definitely don't want to do anything else. But yeah, so then I met Ashley and all of that, got to go to a couple of her events with some of my trainer friends and some of my friends in general from the gym that I worked at. And the rest is history.
I freaking love that. And I love, like, you guys do have like this really cool energy. And the fact that this has all come through something that didn't even have to do with fitness, like that you were in a sales job. Like,
Mhm.
that's amazing because you do sell. Like, there's so many of us or so many people that have always said, I am not a salesperson. Like, for a trainer, I am not a salesperson, right?
But that's so much of the job.
Yes, that's all you do. And so, what a really unique way for you guys to come together. Now, are y'all both, now, how did y'all both get to Augusta?
I moved back. So TMI about myself, me and my fiance travel around in our camper, and we just so happened to like be in the Pittsburgh area for long enough for like me and Dee to be friends, and then for me to run this other gym. And he works construction, things change. So we're like, all right, I'm ready to move. Like the gym's doing great, so I can say goodbye to it. So, spur of the moment, I took a sailing trip from New York to Virginia, and then we moved back to Augusta. And once I got here, Dee and I had been spinning our wheels for, God, what do you think? 6 months,
At
maybe
least.
longer.
Yeah.
We we went into a bunch of different locations, trying to purchase businesses or franchises. And then like it just clicked. I thought about Sweatnet. I got back in contact with Ashley, and then she gave me their contact information to franchise, and I brought the idea to Dee because I was like, I loved working with them. I'm almost positive that we would love this, which we have so far. So it's been perfect.
The whole journey really to like from its, you know, conception really has been so organic. And that's like really like what I'm so, motivated by, I guess, is because the kind of like just so happened to, like Cheyenne mentioned earlier, kind of went off on our own paths after we left that job that we had together. And lo and behold, the job that I have now, the skills are directly applicable. So like I'll be doing all of the onboarding and and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, like this is what a perfect fit. So and I think Cheyenne would say the same. And she knows more. She's been in the gyms pretty much since we left that job. So
But I
What?
think too, oh, sorry.
good.
No, go ahead.
I think what brought it all together is even though it doesn't seem like we inherently had like this fitness background, Dee grew up in the performance arts. A- Again, that doesn't seem like that would be very fitness related, but it is. There's a lot
It
going
is,
on with
it's
that.
work.
And then I played a lot of sports and I still play sports as an adult. So it's like once I started working in the gym and I realized like, oh my God, you can make something that you really like a job. And then I was like, Dee, you're gonna love this. You actually just get to move around for fun.
And like, and that's so true. Like, I do like feeling fit, and it's kind of taken me a while to kind of realize that like fit has so many forms and so many ways to be fit. And I think that's why I was really, really motivated, like drawn to Sweatnet, was because, you know, everyone's version, and you get to try so many different gyms, try so many different, teachers, classes, that your, vibe is kind of just like embraced with the community. So
Well, I love this so much, and just because there's so many elements with y'all that's so different and fun. I first have to say, like Sweatnet Charlotte, Sweatnet. This is where it all started. I have been a part of them now for, I guess, I would say a couple years, and have gotten to know both Grace and Tom, and absolutely love them. They are such just amazing, good people.
yeah,
And they've done such an incredible job for the fitness community here in Charlotte. And then, of course, like
Absolutely.
you said, with Ashley, where she's at, and now to see that you guys are going to be doing it in Georgia, like it's just awesome. And I think that there's a community, just like the community is growing, and there's opportunities to cross connect. And like,
yeah,
just like you said, movement is what is different to everyone. So you're going to have people that are going to come to you for one thing, and then they may find out there's another type of movement that they like because you're providing the opportunity.
mhm,
So I love that. I love that y'all are business women and savvy, like you know each other. from business first, and you went with intention to be like, where's our business? Like, what are we going to get into?
Yeah.
And that you get to combine that love for fitness, and community, and then bring all your skill sets from what you've done in sales. Like, that's such a cool story in itself, and so encouraging. Like, the women that'll be listening to this podcast, like, I'll have women on individually that come on and share about their stories and their businesses and things of that nature. But the fact that this is really unique to y'all and what you're doing, and the fact that it is Sweatnet, I just like, it's just super cool to me. So
Heck yeah.
I do have one question though. So what do you feel like, because each of you has a skill set, what do each of you, like, how do you complement each other? Is like one person the salesperson, one person the closer? Is it like one person's organized and one person's the face? Like, what do we got going on?
That's exactly right. I mean, so even when we worked together, we have such kind of, I would say it's like personality, difference. But it's not like we're polar opposites, but our skills are so different. And like the ways that Cheyenne is strong, I am not, and then vice versa. So, I think that, for lack of a better word, like right now, Cheyenne is more of like, okay, taking the class, or, getting that relationship started with the owner of the gym or whatever. And then she's gonna be like, okay, well, go and talk to T because she'll close the deal.
Love it.
Yeah, so if you want to know who's the most assertive, it's D. I think D is like, she can be so concise. And I feel like, being from the South, I'm that person that says bye for 45 minutes and you're like, all right, this time really bye. Like, I'm actually leaving. Okay. I'm really done talking to you. So like, we need each other. Bless you.
God bless you.
We need each other to like soften each one of those types of personality traits. But like, I think it's always special when you meet someone, and when you think we in the grand scheme of our entire lives haven't known each other that long, but it was really evident within the first like month of meeting each other that we didn't have to talk out loud to know what the other person was thinking. So we close deals together quite frequently, where we're both like good cop, bad cop with whoever we're working with. And we don't have to talk to each other. We just know what the other person is thinking, and we know how to move around that person. So I'm extremely grateful for that.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's such a compliment, that it comes to a really good balance. And I think that's like when we decided that we were going to do it together, we were like, this is a no-brainer for us, really.
I think another really important factor, and so this is something that I do. So an element that I'm hoping to bring to our Sweatnet that's a little unique is the business coaching side. So through all of the interactions that Dee and I had with business to business sales and coaching individuals and just training people and just basically running a whole business, we realized that there's some of these pitfalls that people have, especially in the workplace. And then I really got to put that in effect in the gyms that I worked at. But if you don't have that base level of trust, like, there's so much opportunity missed. And I think that was truly what it was. Like, I don't know why, but when Dee met me, I think she trusted me. And like, that built my confidence. And like, just knowing that we trusted each other, and there's no animosity. Like, we rarely have disagreements that go beyond like, well, we should do it this way, or I think we should do it that way. Like, there's no ego attached. Like, we can just talk it out because we trust that we know we both really want to succeed, which is just so rare. And I'm extremely grateful for it.
Yes, me too. I agree.
I love that so much. And, I can already tell just by talking to y'all, like, you have such a authentic, genuine, like, there's this like humble, like, but strong way about you both together, and which to me is everything. I think I told you all, like, my best friend and I do girl chat. So we have like girl chat episodes, and Leah and I've been best friends for 12 years. And we've trained together. Like, so we trained an NBA pro team for 12 seasons. And so we would walk in to train and never have to say a word, because we knew when we walked in, each of us had our role. We knew what to do, and you just do it.
Yeah.
And so that is not something that you find with everyone. So when you find that ability and that connection, it is like I get where you're at because I know what that's like with her.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
And
you
it's
don't
so
have that with
valuable.
everybody. And
Exactly.
it is a sweet, sweet thing. Because if you
Yeah.
don't have to communicate to the other person what needs to happen, like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just like it's a thing.
It's
It
beautiful.
it is so valuable. Like, and honestly, I think, for us, it's been it it's the way we see success, because we were successful in the sales job, and so many of the skills that we've learned off. I mean, I learned a lot off Cheyenne as far as like just skills in general. But I think
Same from
that's
you.
why we're so like excited about Sweatnet, because all of the it's kind of all boiled down to like this perfect little ball that's like ready to branch out. And yeah, I just think it's been so wonderful to have Cheyenne as
Yeah. Same to you. I think our thing too with our last job, we went in with really pure intentions, and not to go too deep into it, but not everything that you may participate in, no matter how pure your intentions are, is a good thing, or sometimes good things don't always work out in a good way. So I think with our last job when we left there, we knew that we did a good job, but we also felt like we could have used our skills to align with something that we felt more connected with. So while we were continually looking for a business, I talked to Dee about franchising a gym a lot, and we're like, oh, do we have enough money to like pull this together? But I like, this is all of the skills that we have, except for you're actually changing someone's life and it doesn't have to be about weight or anything like that. But sometimes when you have these people on the floor, or at an event, and you're sharing that connection with them, it almost goes back to that, like, you don't have to speak. They are moving, and you may catch eyes from across the room and just have that moment together, and it just means so much. And I think for us to get to participate in something like this is just, it's like igniting that fire again, and we're excited to be aligned with something that we like truly believe in, and we know that like will bring value to the community and to people who need that outlet.
absolutely.
I love that. Well, I wanted to kind of drill down a little bit on your fitness, like on both of your journeys. Like, what has fitness always played a role in your life? Is it something that, maybe happened later and you discovered it? Or like how has that played? Dee, how has that played for you prior to having a baby? Like, was
Yeah.
this something that was part of your life?
Yeah, so like Cheyenne mentioned earlier, I grew up doing like performing arts and gymnastics. So I've always been like quote unquote a fit person. If you do the like state athletic tests in school, like, I'm like, they're like, we need her to do the test. Like, don't be absent that day. But so I've always been, fairly athletic. Through college, I played basketball, and then I think really I kind of like after college I just became busy, and like that's really kind of everyone's like excuse, like I'm just too like fitness becomes the thing that gets dropped, where it's like work, job, all the other errands you have to run, and sleep. But uh the, the the thing is like I had always been trying to get back on track to where, not maybe I was, I'm not going to do, 10 back handsprings right now or even in the near future, but feeling better, feeling healthier, you know, f- there's a feeling when that you get when like you just went for a really long run, you're just like, yeah, like I feel so good, getting that back has been, honestly kind of challenging in the past couple of years, just because the baby and, even after that, just finding an excuse. And I find that for me, once I start, getting back into it, like I just went for a walk this morning, starting small, something's, doable for me, then the nutrition and stuff like that also follows. Cause like, I don't want to run and feel amazing and then eat like 6 donuts,
Right. No, I totally get that. Now, what about you, Cheyenne? Where did it start for you?
So I've always played sports, and I think that my connection to fitness goes back and forth between like the pure love of playing sports and having community and moving my body and perfecting a skill, but then that weird piece where maybe you don't look exactly how you think that you should look. And I feel like when I stepped into the the gym in Pittsburgh, that's when I kind of softened that view that you weren't quote unquote successful or like achieving the goals that you were supposed to achieve just because you may not look a certain way. And I feel like that gave me a whole new appreciation for fitness, and it became less about a punishment or grueling or I have to practice harder because we didn't win and I have to do XYZ or I have to be the best person on the team, etc. To I just have to enjoy what I'm doing and get a little bit better each day and bring that into the rest of my life. So I always played sports. I feel like I was super lucky. I got to dabble into all types of stuff. So I played softball, volleyball. I got to row at one point, which was super awesome. I think that's kind of when I first
Really?
started finding like the team aspect to be true. And then I went on to play adult sports, which has truly been a blessing because it's like allowed me to realize that the confidence that you and like the mental health aspect that you gain from being physical and sharing that bond with other people doesn't have to like equate to your like self-worth based on your weight or how you appear or what size clothes you wear. So I think like and Dee and I talked about this, like that's a really big element that I hope to bring to this community to empower people who may not look like what they want to look like or who feel like, oh, I need to do something before I can go to this event because I'm not quote unquote prepared or in shape enough to realize that you can move around free of judgment. Like that's just like a right, like everyone can do that. And being someone who appears maybe not the most in shape and working in a gym, I feel like has given me so many like deep conversations with people when they come in, realizing like, oh, okay, like not everybody's ripped and it's not going to be intimidating. Like you can actually do a push-up and like you don't have to look like you could do a push-up. That's okay. Like
Well,
there's no judgment on that.
yeah, and that's like kind of why I liked, when I first was ever introduced to sweat, and I was like, this is great because for so many people, I mean, I know going to originally, like, sometimes going to one gym can be very intimidating, especially if it's, a gym where like people are doing like, 150-pound weights and stuff like that. And you're just like, look, I'm gonna walk for like 20 minutes and that's it. And I found that, being able to go to different classes, being able to go to different gyms, to see different studios is such an advantage because not only do you get the exposure to find what works for you, but then you get to meet so many other people. I mean, I went to the sweat crawl that Ashley put on, and I remember thinking to myself, like, oh my gosh, like we did at Elevate these like climbing thing, and I was like just
They're the
like,
worst, but the
this is
best.
the most unforgiving piece of gym equipment I've ever been on in my life. But I was encouraged by so many people, like, even if you just move one more time total, at least you're moving. And they were so right. And to bring that to Augusta and to bring that to people who might feel like Cheyenne said, like, I can't do this, or I'm not at a level where I need to be at to be able to do that. Me as a beginner, I totally, needed the community to help me stand up on that. So
Yeah,
that's
I
and I think just knowing like how outgoing I am, like I really like could kind of go do anything and go walk up to anyone and talk to them. And there are certain places that I've been that give me that intimidation factor. So knowing that like we could be the reason why someone actually gets started
mhm,
is is really exciting because I just think the mental health factor is like
yeah.
of having a community and having a space to go get sweaty. It's just it doesn't get any better than that.
no, and I that's the whole thing about Sweatnet that I think is so cool is like it does bring the community together and it does take down that wall
Mhm.
of like it breaks that down. Like because when you go to a Sweatnet event or you participate in one of the community events that they host, like it's literally people from all different sides, like people that like work out,
Right.
like are, like you say, look the part, they go to do CrossFit maybe. And then you've got the other people that are from like a dance class or from yoga. And it just completely gets rid of that whole thing when it's a Sweatnet event. Like everybody knows, like this is about community. We get to sweat together, but it's not about the sweat.
It's not and
It's
Right.
it's not a competition, you know?
right. No, you're coming together and it's about getting to know each other and finding support. And I think that this is going to be such a wonderful thing. You all are creating community. So I just
Heck
think
yeah.
that's like amazing.
Heck yeah.
They're
Amazing.
so excited. They're
Okay,
so
so what's your favorite workout? That's what I want to know. If you could do anything, what is it?
Mm.
Hmm. Okay. I'm a huge fan of the like hit workouts because I just like to like really just nail it and then be good. Because I'm not, I can't do mountain climbers are my enemy. That like climbing machine is
Versa climber.
horrible, and then running is like, running. It's funny because I used to run cross country and be like, yeah, this is amazing, and now I'm like, oh God, there's a 5K. I'm like, a 5K used to be no problem, but I I'll get there eventually.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
You will. You
Give me
totally
like
will.
a 20-minute hit, I'll be good.
Love it.
Favorite exercise is hard because I really I feel like I like so many exercises. So I have 3 favorite.
Okay, what are your three?
I just really love arm day, love chest presses, like nothing to make you feel stronger than being like, wow, really just moving weights in here. But I also really like cardio based workouts. So like if I can throw on my skates, I play roller derby now. Like if I could throw on my skates and just go skate for a while with some headphones in, like wow, that's still relaxing. But if there's a team element involved, like we're doing a relay race or something, that's not a specific exercise, but sign me up because I'm ready to scream for my entire team and do the most so that we can win. So, yeah, any type of group relay effort, it doesn't matter what, it could be the worst exercise ever, and I'm having so much fun.
See, and that's what I think is so cool because you're going to tap all sides of the community. Like Dee's going to have that, like those hits and that, like that moment for people that are, you're going to really speak to the community that are just wanting to come in because they're juggling family and all the craziness of work and trying to find balance and get time to sweat. You help that side. And then Cheyenne, you bring in that whole team element. Like, let's do something fun. Like, what are we going to do? What kind of like relay are we going to put together? Sweat session are we going to do today?
Right?
So I think that,
Adult tug of war.
yes, any of that stuff.
So
Like, I
fun.
think it's so fun.
We were
So
we were
fun.
like tossing ideas back and forth for like, like sweat fest,
Mm.
something like that.
Yes.
And we were thinking of having like it's just, we had Easter. And we're like, what if we did like a scavenger hunt, like a sweat scavenger hunt?
Yes.
Like how fun would that be?
100%. Like to me, those are always any type of fun element that you can add. People are all about, and then if they're moving at the same time, like it doesn't get any better. Your endorphins are good. You're having fun. Like you get to know people. Like it's just such a way to
Right?
like bring people together.
Yeah.
I freaking love all of it. Okay, so let's talk about your personal inspiration and motivation. Is there a song, a quote? What is it that you're leaning into for inspiration right now, Dee? What are you leaning into?
I guess my inspiration for my like personal fitness journey is kind of just that fit looks different for everybody. And there's no race. It's not a race. It's just, so personal to each person. And that when I stopped kind of caring or comparing myself really to other people who like, or other like mom groups or whatever, I'm like, okay, well, what I can do today and what I have time for is a walk in the park. And that is good. I still sweat. I'm still active. And maybe tomorrow it'll be something else, and that where the level that I'm on is the level that I'm on, and that's it. And it's not, and hopefully that, the part of the community that I would hope to resonate with people is, people who are maybe say like whatever level that they're on, or like starting for the first time ever and don't know what level or where they're at. So that's definitely what's my motivation right now.
I love that. Cheyenne, what about you?
Okay, I'll be sentimental. I have a favorite quote that I think I use so often. I'm making something for someone. I just put it on there. But I got this quote, and Dee might not know this, but I got this out of a fortune cookie one time when we were together, and it's still in my car. But I think it's like one of those reminders when things get tough. I mean, because we're working full time, we're juggling, like, I'm playing sports, she is a kid, that's a whole lot of work, and we're starting Sweatnet up, and just remembering to give ourselves grace so that we don't get back to that burnout point, and so that we can continue to enjoy not only the movement side of things, but the business side of things, and just kind of keep our sanity there. So the quote is, "Failure is the mother of all success." And I just like, anytime I'm really just like screwing stuff up, I'm like, all right, it'll be okay because something is going to come out of this, and it's perfectly fine that I just made a total dumpster fire of this, whatever it may be. So yeah, I definitely am holding on to that, and just knowing that like Dee and I give each other grace throughout, the process. Like that's helping me stay sane right now.
Absolutely. And I think it's so fitting because when Cheyenne and I both left that job, when we kind of reflected on the experience as a whole after the fact, we learned so much there, but that there's a way to do it that it could be more sustainable for us and, scalable and work for other people as well.
Yeah, we were definitely like boss girlies and we were burnt out. So we're really happy to take a new approach at ownership and creation that's not so intense.
Well, I just love the fact that you are taking a step into something that you both have said, like you're using your skill sets from your prior job. That's how you all met. And then you're taking a step of faith into something that feels good and that is about something that you obviously really care about, which is community and fitness and well-being.
Mhm.
And you're just taking this step. Like to me, this is so cool to be having this conversation before you guys are even really getting started,
Yeah.
which I think is so fun because we're going to get to watch this totally unfold and take
Yes.
off. Like
Yeah.
I expect to have a podcast again with you guys and hear about all the things that have happened since you started.
Yeah.
Of
Like, so
course.
the
We'll do a
community's
follow-up.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, CL, we don't have time. We're too busy.
We're doing the most. It's great.
But so, tell everyone a little bit about what they can expect with Sweatnet Augusta.
Yeah. So I think we are hoping to hit the ground running. Our goal is to provide not only that aspect of community and event space for people in the community to start to understand what types of fitness businesses we have in the area or wellness businesses, but to also provide a back end piece, which would be our business coaching for our gym owners, our franchise owners, because truly, like without them, there is no community. And not to be like sappy, but like the owning a gym or a fitness business goes so much deeper than just like having a space for people to come to. You're affecting the people that come into those classes, and then they take that out into the world with them. And same thing, they take that to their families. Like, I've met people who, one lady, she was explaining how she couldn't ride on the roller coasters or do anything with her children. And she got up and we gave her a prize one time at the gym because she had achieved so much and she was able to actually play with her children. So we're hoping to provide gyms with the assistance that they need to stay up and running. Owning a business is really, really hard. And we're just hoping to kind of hit it from all angles to grow the community as a whole because there's so much room here for fitness. I think there's already a scene, but we really want to make a stamp on it. We want people to be talking about it. Maybe be
Yeah.
on the news. That's probably it.
And also, not just to bring, you know, to bring that to other businesses in Augusta that maybe aren't associated with a gym or a wellness, any business in Augusta can benefit from having a corporate wellness program that we can, it could be like, okay, well, we'll give all of your employees memberships, or hey, we're going to put on an event for you. So I think really the goal is to reach as many people as possible who are interested in to continuing or starting a fitness journey or a wellness journey. Because I mean, that's really the other piece to it, is the physical wellness, but also mental wellness as well, which is why the way that we're kind of approaching this in general is so different than, what we've done in the past or what, people might expect, because we're keeping, our wellness and our, health in general at the forefront, which
So what about, so let's just talk real quick so people understand, because I know there's two sides to membership, correct? So there's the side
Yeah.
of membership where businesses, it's basically like a great way for them to market their gym
Right.
or their, if they're a trainer, market their program. But there's the other side where there are people that this opens the door for them to participate in events that you host, maybe
Right.
visit a gym or facility. So just kind of dive into that just a little bit more.
Right. So on one end, kind of on the back end, we're there for gyms to assist them in that grassroots growth. And then some of those coaching aspects of, what should I be doing to attain more members or to reach a wider audience? Or what should I be doing to retain my current members? How can I do better by the people that are already in here? So that's one piece, and getting them out in the forefront into the community. But then, like you said, that second piece of bringing the community to the gym. So making sure that we're providing those exciting and fun events that make people think, okay, like this is it. I'm going. I'm going to do this thing. Even if I can't get my friend to go with me, I'm going by myself. And then kind of like for what Dee was talking about. Oh, sorry.
yeah, and it's like oftentimes it's like we're hosting an event, there's a chance that, well, every event that I've gone to that's a sweat night, it's been at a gym or a studio that I have never been to before.
Yeah.
So it's me getting the exposure to, like, I just joined Global Human Performance because I was like, wow, this is exactly what I need, and now I have a home to go, for daily or however much I'm going to work out. If I'm not just going to go for a walk that day, I have a studio to belong to now.
Right, where you find people that are nervous to go in for the first time, and if they can't find someone to convince to go in with them, they may back out on going. But if you have the opportunity to go to an event, you know that you're going to be in a room with a bunch of other people that possibly don't belong to this location either, and they're all experiencing it for the first time with you. So it just breaks down those barriers. You have a friend to go with, per se.
You have a friend to go with, and you may find your new hub. Like, used to do yoga, and I'm like, oh yeah, I like this yoga studio, it smells nice in here, the incense that they have going is great, so getting me out there as well as a member to see other gyms, join other gyms, and grow myself in the community.
Yeah, I think
Yeah. And
this is
then
everything. Like this is all of it.
the full package.
It's
Yeah.
all of it.
And we're super excited, like Dee was talking about too, with the corporate wellness side, to be able to like stick our fingers in everything and bring like the mindset of wellness and health into these workplaces that maybe don't have it yet. And just to be able to provide like that little bit of solstice or that exciting event coming up around the corner that you and your work friends are going to go to, just to get people moving. I mean, you know, work is work, so why not have fun?
And it's also just like, yeah, like encouraging so many people. I mean, because that's the other thing, like when the pandemic happened, not pretty much everyone went virtual. Studios, some of them closed down or reduced operations, and that is another thing that we are offering. Is, okay, we're going to stream this class. Anyone who's able to join or would like to join can can do so from the privacy of their own home. Some people, I mean, truly, like if you are like on day one or day zero of your fitness journey, you might not even know what kind of fitness clothes are appropriate. So, so I think I'm just so excited and so proud of every Sweatnet person who has been before us. And I, cannot wait to bring the community together in Augusta.
Well, I look forward to seeing like all the amazingness, and I hope to at one point be able to head down there and participate in something that you guys have going
Oh,
on.
heck
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
That'd be
that
fun.
it'll be super fun. Well, where can people connect with you? So if they want to learn more about if they have a fitness business or they have a business that they want to talk to you about, connecting in that way, or if they're a participant and looking to get, how do I become part of this great community? What's the best way for them to connect with you?
So I think the first place would be our website, which would be Sweatnet Augusta. And on there, you'll be able to, get in touch with us. Our social media is connected there. You can purchase an event. And then also the business owners are able to get in contact with us if they would like to be showcased on our website, potentially become part of our membership options. And then Dee, I'll let you tell our other handles.
Yes. So I just wanted to clarify our website is sweatnet.com/Augusta. And then we're also on Instagram at Sweatnet Augusta. And I think for right now, we're responding pretty quickly to everyone, any DMs and stuff like that. We're very open to, you know, partnering up with people. We like to share reels of, places that we walk into lunch it's like, ooh, this is a tasty, uh,
Yeah.
so, and then we are also on Facebook. So we've got a lot of different ways people can get in contact with us. I would say probably the easiest way is probably on Instagram right now. But we look forward to hearing from anyone who wants to reach out to us and are so excited and grateful to be here, really.
Well, that's awesome. Do you either one of you have any last thing that you want to share, like on your heart, or something that you feel, passionate about, or something that you want to just kind of leave with everyone?
I would say that, because I feel like that's it may be a story that gets told so many times. It's like you used to be fit when you were younger, and then your 30s happened, and then it's like, what happened? And I am there with you, all of us who are in that situation or with that story. And I'm also, a busy person, and like any excuse that I have ever made is like the same excuse. Like even when I have gone to the gym, I like to take classes, because if I just go into the gym, I'm probably not going to like really work that hard. I'll find the excuse to be like, okay, I'm done. But that's really why we're here. So if you're that person or that person, please reach out to us. We're your people.
Heck yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I just so appreciate y'all taking time today to share about Sweatnet Augusta. Again, I look forward to seeing all the amazingness that's going to be happening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me today. If you like the podcast, please like and share this with other women in your life. You can find out more about Sweatnet on sweatnet.com or follow them on Instagram at Sweatnet and Sweatnet Charlotte. You can follow me personally on Instagram at It's Seal Smart. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Sweatnet Be Amazing podcast.